the Dance Fusion Show on TVU with your host and artistic director, Mary Anne Kuebler, and our guest this week, Anne McCready.
Hello.
How you doing, Mary Anne?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. What's news?
Well, we just finished our ballet exams, hence why we're doing this segment, right, on ballet. And we're crossing our fingers and our toes to see what the government announces on the 22nd. We're hoping we're going to be going into step 3. That would be such a relief. We're still doing the class rotations because we can't have more than 10 people in a studio at a time. And we're hoping that they'll lift that limit and then we'll be able to get back to some normalcy, right? And hopefully, and then open up the possibility of, and then hopefully we'll see the theaters being able to open. And that will be our next big hurdle because the kids so need that opportunity to perform this year, right? They haven't been on stage since 2019, other than as guest performers at a show in March of 2020 at the Jubilee, and that was only for a few dancers, and that was just before the shutdown. So I think we really need this. The arts community really needs it. The kids really need it. We're sort of stagnating right now, right?
And now that you say that, I don't know where this pic is. Maybe it's the pic that we're gonna see. And you have a sign, or you're wearing a shirt or something, and it says, actually, after I realized, it says "Save the Arts."
Yes, I have. It's my mask.
Okay, save the arts. But when I first read it, it looked like "Save T Hearts." I was reading "Safety Hearts." What is that?
Yes, I gotcha. Yeah, there should have been a little more of a space between the save and the, but whatever.
No, but I'm just saying it's sort of the same thing, right?
Yeah,
So
almost.
Saving
definitely.
the arts is keeping everyone's hearts safe. So
Yeah.
And our guest, Anne McCready, and you are on staff faculty here at Dance Fusion.
Yeah, I'm one of the ballet teachers here at Dance Fusion that teaches primarily the fundamental kids. So I do most of the exam work and a few competition pieces here and there, but mostly technique and exam prep.
So you just went through basically what it's all about for you. You went through the ballet exams.
Yeah, our 2 days of ballet exams this weekend, Sunday, Monday, and a big performance for the kids. First time in, well, a year and a half, actually, since they've been in a studio doing their thing.
That's good. And overall, the current group of dancers at Dance Fusion as the professor examiner.
Yeah, you know what? They looked pretty strong, and in my opinion, they were pretty happy when they came out of that exam that I think for the first time in a long time, they had a goal and there wasn't any blockages, and they got in that door, they did their thing, and they came out on the other end happy and thankful that they got to actually accomplish something.
What were you excited to see? You've got some good talent in Dance Fusion, and so people are going into the exams, so they're stretching themselves.
Yeah.
What were you expecting or hoping to see that might have been maybe a little bit of a reach that came so?
I think it was the obstacle of Zoom. I mean, we went from doing Zoom for 10, 11 weeks, and then we were back in the studio for 2 weeks, and then they announced that we could have our exams. And so in 5 weeks, these kids went from doing in-home studio training to in studio, and they achieved something that is really hard to do in a studio, let alone in their living rooms or in their bedrooms. So just to see them take that discipline, work on their syllabus, memorize it all over again, and then walk into that room with confidence, for me on the other end when they came out was just something I can't even describe. It was great to see the smiles.
That's so good. And you guys have been so kind to submit just a whole bunch of pictures, and we're going to get to it, but I want to talk a little bit more about yourself and your history in dance. You're basically found and trained in Edmonton.
Yeah.
You went both to Alberta School of Ballet, Edmonton School of Ballet.
Yeah.
And then the Citie Ballet. You were at the Citie Ballet.
Yeah, Citie Ballet, which is now, I believe, known as Ballet Edmonton. Yeah, I was one of the first founding dancers of the company back, 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah, I would say
Long
at
time
least,
ago.
yeah.
And then from there, I kind of went, no, I don't really want to professionally dance. I'd more like to do the teaching end of it. I got really into the coaching aspect of it, and then more training aspects, and did my qualifications and became more of a technical teacher than a coach.
I'll talk. That's called a licentiate. A licentiate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a licentiate holder of the Cecchetti Canada.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we're going to talk a little bit about that, but just before we leave Citie Ballet, you were actually the ballet mistress.
I was, for a very short time. I was a ballet mistress for ballet, or for Citie Ballet.
Explain. That's a very interesting. It's a very interesting role in a ballet company. Describe that.
You know, it was a very big learning experience. You get to give class to the dancers, warm them up and prep them for the day. And then you kind of learn the choreography at the same time with them. And then you rehearse that choreography and get it ready for the stage.
So that was not a high point, but certainly in your trajectory, it was high in the time, right? So
Yeah, at the time it was definitely a highlight, for sure.
And now correct me if I pronounce it wrong, the Cecchetti.
Yes, that's correct.
That's the school or the style that you're recognized in. Now, of the and that's serious. We're talking basically, it's a whole vocabulary of movement. From what I understand, there's again a pronunciation thing. There's 40 adagios and 8 porte de bras.
Yeah, there's quite a bit to the method itself. Cecchetti was a maestro of his own abilities. Like it's his theories and his principles that we study, and then the kids learn through different exercises those principles, and then you develop more characteristics and more learning as you get older, and you start to actually do his work in the upper grades.
So you've gone right. You're almost at a fellowship level with the
Yeah, my next exam, should I choose to take that path, will be my fellowship. Yeah.
So in terms of like this is a whole body awareness approach to an art form.
Yes.
And you're talking about balance, poise, strength, elevation, and elasticity.
Yeah.
So you're practically at the master level of this. So in your personal time, of the 40 adagios and 8 porte de bras, what do you do to, because I've had this before I finish asking the question. I've had other people, and when I looked on the list, I recognized their names. I didn't realize that I could go to this list. They've described it at this level as was talking a lot about physics of movement.
Yes.
But it's almost metaphysics beyond that. And one person described it as otherworldly at this level. Like you're stepping into a different kind of zone. So
Yeah.
when you're now here, you're teaching at Dance Fusion, and you're obviously still practicing your art. What do you do? Like, what makes up your personal ballet practice at this time?
I think right now is more mental state than anything else, because I'm not that physical with the work anymore. I'm not really technically a dancer anymore, and I have to kind of step back, and it's more curing my eyesight, looking for the imperfections, looking for a way I can help the kids. It's more personal growth when I do like professional development and learning how to teach these children how to move their bodies and trust their bodies enough to let their mind go to enjoy the art form that they're actually learning.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting, and the more I look into it, the more fascinating the different schools of ballet are. So let's move to, now that we've talked about that, let's get to the pictures.
Yep, there we go.
Here, I think the first picture is the best.
Oh yeah.
Save it. There's it. Yeah, that's great.
Very first
The
exam.
very first thing. There we go. Isn't that lovely?
Well, it is the first one. Look at it. It's number 2. It's number 2, and the first one was a video. So it's not that I picked these, right? So
Yeah. So this is how you can't really see it, but the kids were all videotaped So we had put those black curtains over the windows to block the sun from their eyes, and we had a camera set up, and all of their exam material was videotaped.
So interesting. And
It's
and
just
the
the world
was
we're
that
in.
one of your instructors there?
That's Krista. You can
That
see
is
her.
Krista. Okay, I wasn't sure if
that's
it was one of the
Krista talking
provincial
to her
people.
two little primaries, and they're just practicing probably about half an hour before they went into their exam because they were the first ones, which is always nice because then they get to practice in the room,
Yeah.
come out, get a drink of water, relax, and then do
Go
their
back.
thing. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if we can. There we go.
Oh yeah.
So this is getting older people, right? So I think we've got quite a few. So they're just warming up again, or they're actually testing.
So they're warming up. Yeah, they're in warm up mode, doing some tendus back. Those were our standard sixes, or no, not standard six, senior certificates going in.
Yeah, because that's Hallie down at the end. isn't
Yeah,
it?
Hallie, Chloe, and Lucy.
Yeah. And yeah, it was like I said, the timing on it. There's several of these, and then it does click on. So,
Yeah.
and what age group are these dancers?
I want to say
The
14, 15.
So they're getting to be your some of your more senior students.
Yeah.
So this is serious ballet at this time. Like there's
Yes.
so of the are they in this Cecchetti vein as well? Are you teaching them these same sort of things?
Yeah, so from here they go on to do their first major exam, which would be their intermediate exam. So this is the final exam of the grades and the standard grades.
Okay.
And then they go on into what we call the major grades. So it's the real stuff now.
And so of the basics, the 40 and the 40 adagios and 8 port de bras, so did they learn them just a little bit and then you get better at it as you get more in?
Exactly.
And
Yeah. So they'll learn it.
this is leaving now, you give them flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah. The senior ones get the flowers because it's a hard exam. It's not something that is easy. They're in there for 55 to 60 minutes by themselves. So they've memorized 60 minutes worth of syllabus and work, and off they go doing it one at a time.
And that's 60 minutes, you said, like 60?
Yeah, 6-0.
And of that time, how much time are they required to be completely focused and concentrating of that 60
I would say probably the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah. So the examiner she writes a lot, but she is timed in between because there's that fine balance where you can't let the dancers stand too long because they get cold. So they're trading on and off to get a little bit of a break and then that's when the examiner would write her comments and then they're right back at it.
That's serious concentration and memory development.
Yeah.
That's 60. Honestly, right now, if you tested the average Canadian, maybe it's better now because people are watching longer shows on TV and maybe watching Netflix, but the average Canadian, I bet you they're not more than 45 seconds.
Wow.
Honestly, before they're flipping, right? Before they're flipping. So you've got these young people up to an hour, and we can grow. You can grow fast. It's like whatever. You know what I mean? Like you get back into doing push-ups or walking. You quickly advance. But when you first start, you're kind of shocked. Now this is a different group. This is the same.
These are our intermediate. So this is the first step into the major work by Enrico Cecchetti. This is our intermediate group. Yeah.
So what are we looking at here in terms of arm movements and feet placements? Like what are we talking?
It's a little bit more advanced. Again, it's a little bit more structured. It's a little bit more his actual port de bras. They're getting into the adages. They're getting into his pirouettes and the fundamental basics of those. So when you've gone from like the last group, our senior certificates, to these guys, so now they're in there for 75 minutes by themselves.
75 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have the addition of point work as well. So they have a section in their exam that's added with points.
They're done. They got their flowers.
They're happy.
Yeah. Big
That's
sigh of
perfect,
relief.
right?
Yeah. Big sigh of relief.
Oh, and very, very, very special moments now are obviously parents are now before they'd be waiting in the waiting room, but they're down in their cars waiting for them. This is like provincial finals of any other kind of team sport, right? This is it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, they're showing off that this is good. Well, why not, right? You know how to,
Yeah,
you know how to do it. It's such powerful posing, you know. I was surprised that it was only ballet at this high level is only a few hundred years old. I thought it was coming from centuries ago, back to the Greeks and stuff. This is a smaller group. This is a younger group.
Yeah.
These are our grade ones. Yeah. So they're
Level.
about 8 and 9,
Okay.
almost 10, if not just 10.
Okay. But they've got serious hand placement, foot placement,
Yeah.
you know, shoulders and like chin consciousness. Like they've got training for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
By this time, we're looking at their posture and hoping that they can maintain that pelvis alignment and the spine alignment, and then the use of the turnout combined.
Come on, same group. It was a nice day that day, hey?
Yeah.
Wasn't, and you came close to getting the 40 below. You missed it by about a week. That's good. Would have been cold for them coming, but it was a nice, almost spring day.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Well, the primaries.
Those are our littlest ones.
And we have video of these two.
Yeah.
They are. And are they family or do this happen to be in the class together?
No, they're just in class together.
Because he watches her, like he tries to keep up, right? So it's interesting. He's trying, you know, but you can see that, you know, his concentration. He's got to continue to bring himself back to task, but he does well. And this is getting a little older.
This is still our grade 1, so this is just
Grade
another
1.
set. So they go in 2s and 3s.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's not a full class. It's just 2 or 3 candidates at a time.
And who are they? Who are they talking to? Anybody? The examiners on the other end of the Zoom?
No, we chose not to do the Zoom. We chose to do just video. So what we did was we recorded it just like an exam, one person calling out as the examiner, and then another person video recording, and then there was somebody else out in the room outside warming up the dancers.
Well, that's okay for them then.
Yeah.
They're examining for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. They're having fun too. And this is which age?
This is our senior certificate, so 15.
Yeah.
And there's the whole. You got lots to come yet. You still have.
Yeah, we got a whole bouquet of roses yet.
Still yet. That's good. Are you going to give a flower shop plug? Where'd you get them? Did you get them in the park?
You know what? Believe it or not, I just went to Save On quickly.
That's a plug.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are again. It's a good. I enjoy it. I don't know. It's. I'll have to do a little bit of here. These are some of the interesting ones. This is right before they're going in, then, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right before they walked in the door.
They're excited. Look at their eyes.
You can see. Yeah. You can see the
eyes
nerve.
The eyes are big.
And it's the index finger too. I'm noticing is a standard. You know, there's a separation there.
That's where the tension ends up going sometimes.
Okay.
That's a good.
Now, is it similar? Is it similar? Does the body? Oh, here we go. Here's a DanceFusion star.
Yeah. 3 more.
Yep. Mateus,
Brie, and Sienna.
Yeah.
Mateus, now what's his third time now? But this one's only a still. His third appearance on the DanceFusion.
That's true. I forgot. Yeah, because he did a segment on ballet with Krista and Callie. Yeah, he did.
He's focused too.
Yeah.
And you don't really know how well they've done for another week or so, or what?
Not yet. No.
Yeah. Is that the same if it's live? They go in and they do it, and then it just takes time to get the stuff back. That makes sense. And how many people would be challenging these exams across the province?
Oh, across the province, hundreds.
Hundreds of people are in ballet.
Yeah.
That's so good. What I wanted to ask you is about these movements that they're learning. I know in yoga, you know, it releases the energy. You know what I mean? You think different when you do different moves, and you feel different things. Is it the same with the ballet moves?
Ballet is a little bit different. You have to channel that energy and give different dynamics through the movement. So some movements will have like a resistance to them. Some of them will have a sharp edge to them. Some will be a little bit more aggressive. Some will be a little bit more contained. So there's different energy that you put into each movement depending on the exercise.
Now, like there are with the tap dancers, what do they call that? When they just dance with the jazz guys, the improvisation.
Yeah.
Is there that kind of stuff in ballet?
There is, in fact, due to COVID, they've taken out the improv section in the exam because it was too hard to examine through video. But yes, every one of these, right up until senior certificate, they all have an improv section in their exam where the kids listen to a piece of music for about 30 seconds, and then they're expected right then and there to improv to that piece of music.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be neat. That'd be good content.
Yeah. Most of them love it. The little ones just die for it because it's their favorite part.
Yeah, because they can't be wrong, right?
Yeah, right. There's no red pen to that section.
These ones are they're a little more nervous. So is this they're going into a different level of testing here? What's going on?
No, they're the same. It's that age. It's that 11, 12-year-old age where they figured out that they know what's going on. They understand that the practice that they've put in versus what they're about to do really starts to pay off.
So they're just,
so the nerves at that level is a little bit more intense till they learn how to.
Yeah,
to
they're getting ready to go.
Yeah,
they're going in.
Yeah.
That's good. That's interesting to see. A few more. Bear with me. I enjoyed every one of them. And I had a bunch picked out, and I was just like, I might as well just show them all. They're all great. This takes a bit on some, and this is them in there, ready to go. Now, which room are they in now? Which studio?
They're still in the warm-up studio. So
What's
they're
the name of that one?
Yeah.
That's the Anna Pavlova room. That's where you did your yoga.
Right.
He came and did a yoga class.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, I think it was the last thing that was able to be done. And then
Yeah, that was just before the shutdown again. Yeah.
No, there was one more week, but it was a snowstorm.
Yeah.
So it was tough to get in. So, but there they are. It's so interesting, and they're so ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Just a couple more. Let their heads high.
Yeah.
Just before or after? Just before or after their exam?
This is before their exam.
They're confident.
Yeah.
That's good. And well, I think they're a little happier.
Yeah.
Is this the
Again.
same group? Same
Nope.
age?
This is the next group.
Older or younger?
They're the same age. So the last group that you saw, those were our
Fun six.
fun sixes. So they just did their standard 4 exam. So there was 3 groups, I think, 4 groups of standard 4s.
Yeah, it's one of our bigger classes. So with the size limitations, we've had to move these kids into Zoom, in studio, and other places to accommodate so that they didn't miss out on any of their in-class learning to prepare for their exams, right?
Yeah.
So
I understand.
it's nice that for the exam group, there only needed to be 3 of them, then we could accommodate everybody. So it was good.
That was a wonderful visit through your pictures. We have 4 excellent videos that we're going to play at the actually 5, because you've got another one that you're going to submit. Pitch up the videos. We're going to play them at the end, so stay tuned. Anything else that you'd like to add, Mary Anne?
I'm just very proud of the teachers and the kids for hitting something that we've never done before, right? Like this is not how we normally do exams. These exams were supposed to have been done in November. So I just think that the teachers went above and beyond. I want to thank Jeff Gaddy too, because he's the one that did all the videotaping through his camera, and he's putting in little signs before each little group went in and whatever. Like he's gone above and beyond too. So this has been a real group effort, and a real sense of accomplishment. Yeah.
That's so good. And yourself, and you'd like to add it. You know what? You know, we always ask, what the benefit of dance has been in your life, and the benefit of dance as you continue to share it. And then a message to any parents that or individuals, even adults. I imagine you have adult drop-in ballet classes as well. To what if they're standing on the fence, what can you say to them?
Dance has been my whole life. I've given up so much to do something that I love. I think I have to thank my parents for always standing beside me and being there every step of the way and encouraging me. from the dance teachers that stood beside me and gave me the confidence to keep going, knowing that there is a place for me in this dance world, and I have to carve it out for myself. To studio directors who believe in us and believe in their students and give us a place to come every day. To parents, just keep pushing your kids. I think dance is a wonderful way to gain confidence, gain discipline. Whether they stay in dance or they don't stay in dance, they'll always have an appreciation for any kind of an art form. And at the end of the day, I think that's what matters.
Yeah.
The memories that you gain through the arts.
Yeah, I agree too. And I think most of our dancers, if they don't pursue a career or they don't look at that, if they decide to go on to university, they always seem to do exceptionally well because they're great time managers. Their brains work in a different way because they've had to remember choreography and technique and everything. And I think it gives them a leg up maybe on some things because they seem to be more focused and seem to be able to do better in school. We've got kids that are chiropractors that have gone on to have all kinds of amazing careers. You talked to Michaela last week. She's trying to get into vet school. And so, they're all doing all kinds of wondrous things. So it's great. So it's a good base for kids to grow up in, I think, dance.
It's a great part of the community. We're fortunate to have such an awesome academy in the community and team that you have, Mary Anne. And yourself, Anne. It's been an honor to have you. You're an accomplished dance professional, but a ballet professional and ballerina. It's awesome to have you. So that's the Dance Fusion Show again with your host and artistic director Mary Anne Kuebler and our guest Anne McCready. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stand nice and tall.
Arm lifting.
With nice long backs. Get up with that smiley face. Count your music. 5, 6, down 7, 8. 1, 2. Come on. Look and show me your neck button. Other side. open it?